So I need to address something that has come up countless times since my last video. In that last video, I basically talked about being a soon-to-be 39-year-old man that's not really interested in dating. And I got comments, emails, direct messages from women saying something along the lines of, that video you made is the epitome of what we're complaining about. Men today don't want to date. They don't want to do the work. They're not interested in anything long term. Let me be very, very clear with you women out there today. Most young men, but men in general, no longer believe in love. They no longer believe in the idea of love and long-term relationships. They look around at their options and the behavior of most women today, and they are not buying that fantasy. They're not buying the Disney fantasy anymore. And I think that's what annoys a lot of you. The fact that you can't play into that game that benefits you so much and doesn't do much for these men, especially in the day and age we are now. Like I said in that last video, men have to be extremely selfish today just to survive. That's not trying to be a big shot. That's not trying to be a tough guy or a stoic, go your own way. No, men have got to learn to be extremely selfish and picky with their time and their energy in order to just survive. Now, coupled up with the low quality women that are in the dating market, what do you expect from them? And before you get triggered because I'm saying low quality women, let me be clear about that. That's not just saying a line to be mean. The behavior of most women today, the past of most women today, the music they're into, the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they dress, the things they post on their social media, these are not girlfriend, let alone marriage or mother material. They are not. Now, you can say whatever you want about same goes for men. There's no men out here that are marriage material. You're saying that because they're not wealthy enough. Most men today behave the way they've always behaved. Most men today are still reasonable when it comes to their behavior. Most men, the vast, vast majority of men. That is not the same for women. It's not. And if you argue with me, you're lying. It's cope. It's BS. It's not. We've never had a time in history where it has been this accepted to be trash. We've never had a time in history where it's been this promoted to be trash. Along with men calling it out being attacked by the same basic lines me and many others talk about all the time. Who hurt you? Stop being insecure. You're controlling. It's the same regurgitated garbage over and over. And young men, but men in general, are done. They're done. They not only realize how tough it is to date today because of just social media and unrealistic standards and just the lopsided power struggle of the dating market, men realize the juice is not worth the squeeze. And let me be clear, I'm not saying this to belittle women or be mean. I have to give that disclaimer in every video because everyone just goes to that as like a default. Just to disarm my arguments. I'm not trying to be mean. I do think good women are out there, but they're very rare. You don't get to say you're a good woman when you're dressing like a 304, walking, talking, and acting like a 304, making vulgar jokes, being a corn movie watching. Like that, you're not a good woman. Stop acting like all these girls out here are such good women and men just aren't stepping up to the plate. That is not the case. Most men are trying their damnedest to just survive in a world that has gotten so expensive that, like I said in the last video, they got to work multiple jobs, multiple side hustles, and shave every penny in half just to keep a roof over their head. How do you expect those guys to be ambitious about dating and courting or marrying or raising a family? How do you expect them to be so ambitious about that? I think most men out here are putting on a pretty good face for the conditions that they're in. Wouldn't you say so? If you really step back and you're not biased and you look at the conditions financially, the job market, the dating market, I think most men are putting on a pretty good face compared to what they are facing. It's not fair to sit here and keep telling men that they need to step up to the plate. No, women need to get their act together. Most women need to really get their act together. They are not girlfriend material. And that's why as much as people come on my channel and take the moral high road and come after me for saying I've hooked up with a lot of people in my past and it is what it is, at least I'm being honest, you guys come after me when I tell young men to quickly decide by analyzing the girl's behavior and whatnot, quickly decide if she's going to be friends with benefits, sex playmate, or she's going to be someone that's potentially a long-term relationship. You guys get mad when I say that, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Even though I get where you're coming from, saying you don't morally agree with hookups, at the end of the day, stop trying to blame young men for that too. You're just as much to blame as her. Shut up. No, they're not. No, they're not. I don't care how attractive a young man is. They're not getting sex as easy as a woman. They're just not. They're not. These women that are hooking up with whoever have hooked up with a bazillion people before that. Stop trying to shift the blame from the shitty decisions these women have made. Stop trying to share that blame with the men now too, because they have to be the 101st guy she hooked up with. Because you're the 100th guy she's hooked up with, you're going to share the blame with her. No, get out of here with that shit. If a woman talks, and acts like a 304, I don't expect you to treat her like a wife. You know, regardless of how I feel about hookups, if that's what that woman is good for, do it if you want to do it. I'm not going to sit here and tell young men to treat 304s like wives anymore. I'm not going to do it. I'm tired of people doing that. I am sick and tired of that. The same people that stand on their little soapbox, men and women alike, the same people that stand on that soapbox and tell young men to do better and be better are the same people that will scream until they're blue in the face to make up excuses for the bad behavior of these women, or at the very least, they will try to share the blame of the women while just completely bashing men. I'm sorry, man. It is harder out here for men than it is women. I will just say that flat out in every way, shape, or form. These women can just make a living off of their sexuality. They can literally make a living off of their sexuality in more ways than one. So stop acting like it's as hard for them as it is men. It's not. It isn't. In fact, most men are behaving way better than the women when they have it way worse, way harder, way less options, way more adversity. I'm tired of this gaslighting. I'm tired of this BS. It's got to stop. And again, I love you ladies. I'm not a woman basher, but we got to call it what it is. Stop telling young men they have to turn the other cheek and be the bigger man and put in the work for a long-term relationship with a woman that has been running around acting like a 304. No, if you want to preach like that, you'd better preach these girls to be pure and beautiful and feminine and sweet and submissive and be able to cook and be able to clean and take care of a garden and paint pretty flowers and never listen to trashy music and never be interested in these trashy nightclubs. I'm sorry, bro. If a girl so much as even finds a hip-hop nightclubs even remotely appealing, she is trash. A girl shouldn't want to do that stuff. So quit with these lines of stop being controlling. No, bro. If you're a girl watching this right now, if you even so much as remotely see these trashy nightclubs and go, I kind of want to go there, you are trash. You are not eligible for a relationship. You are nothing more than hookups. That's all you're good for. You are garbage. And I'm tired of living in a world where nobody wants to call it that. That is the truth. I don't care if I lose all of my subscribers after this video. I am tired of seeing these broken record people come after me because I'm gently calling out the bad behavior of women. The same way they do the other channels that do it. I'm not the only one. I see it all the time. Enough. Men have it way harder than women today. It's not even close. It's not even the same solar system in every way, shape, or form. Financially, the societal image in general, the way you're looked at when you step outside, dating, all of it, every bit of it. And as much as this is going to be triggering to some of you ladies, I'll say it again, like I've said 1,000 times, even the most unattractive, over the hill, damaged, 10 backpacks full of baggage woman has more options than an above average man. They just do. They do. So stop acting like the female struggle in the dating market is as bad or worse than the men's struggle. It's not. I'm tired of hearing that. I had to rant about that because it's on my mind. And again, not trying to be over the top, but I had to get it off my chest because I am tired of hearing these broken record complaints from women and men, male simps, that just come at me with this garbage. Just don't watch my videos. If this isn't for you, don't watch my videos. All right, guys, I'm out.